Okay, so I know this isn't the type of normal video I make, but I wanted to make an opinion about this. So I've always used Apple products besides like computers and stuff like that, but I actually decided to switch to Android, and the only reason I really made the switch was because I had the 11 Pro Max, and so the newer phones didn't feel better, so I just said, you know what, I'd rather waste my money on something actually new than something new that hasn't really changed. And so I've been using this for like 4 months now, and I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion about this, and it's better than I expected it to be, I'll say that. And also I know this isn't the typical setting for my videos, so you guys will probably see like a meme or two pop up behind here if I feel like it, but one of the biggest things I thought about before switching was the camera quality. I've seen videos shot on Samsung phones before and they didn't really look the greatest, but after like doing my own personal like experimenting with it, I actually kind of found it to be not that bad. I don't know what the newer camera qualities on iPhones look like, but this thing is way more beyond what I thought it'd be. There's all these settings on here like expert raw, pro video, single take, all that stuff. I used expert raw for a photo shoot one time, and I'll put the photos up on the screen, and they look like just about as good as like a normal camera, like a Canon would, or whatever DSLR you would use. So let me test the quality on this camera right here. As you guys can see, that's the setup I'm using to record. One of the things I actually like about the cameras on Android as well is that you can actually flip it mid video, so I can just flip it like that and then flip it around back to here. And I know like Instagram and Snapchat use those kinds of stuff too, but I like it on the actual camera itself. I obviously haven't used every single setting on this camera that I like to, so I can't really give a full honest opinion on it, but from what I used on expert raw, it looks amazing, and it has all the features that a normal camera would have. Camera was better than I thought it'd be, and it also shoots normal in 8K too. The second thing I want to talk about is the screen display, kind of. So this thing does use 120 hertz with 1440p. I don't use 120 hertz, 20 hertz nor 1440p because I don't watch a lot of stuff in 1440p. I like the smoothest on the 120 hertz, but it like destroys my battery, which is another thing I'll get into later. And so I just keep it on 60 hertz and 1080p, and honestly it doesn't bother me that much. So yeah, but in terms of vibrancy and the color on this phone, it does feel a lot more better and a lot more like it just looks better. It's more brighter, it's more better, and that's another main thing I like on this phone. And another thing I like on this phone than the iPhones was the fact that downloading and transferring files on this phone is a lot more easier on here than it is on a normal iPhone. Apple's way of transferring files and just that in general just feels more clunky, and it feels more like restricted in a way. All right, I'm gonna get into the cons about this phone now. So two of the biggest cons I have is the battery and the UI, or just the way the UI works. So the battery is better on here than my old phone, but I 100% feel as if it can be a little bit more better. Could also just be the fact that I like use this, like I don't really ever turn this off. But honestly, the super fast charging on this makes up for it. So like I just need to charge it, like I just need to take like 5 minutes out of my day to charge my phone, and then it'll be back to like 100%, and it'll be good for that. And another thing I hate on this phone as well is the way the UI is. Not just the UI, just like the way you get around on this phone. So I'm on my browser right now. I'll put it up side by side. So if I'm just like scrolling through Google and I like click on YouTube, God, wait, I can't do it on here. So let's say I'm on like a website like CNN or something. This is the first thing I found. If I go out and then I like just kind of scroll around for a bit and then I come back to Google, it just takes me out of it. I don't like that, to be honest, because like I need to like either respond to a text message or like, you know, like do something for half a second on another app, but it just takes me out of here, and then I have to go back to where I started. So I don't like the fact that it kicks me out like that. And the other thing I also don't like about this as well is the fact when you pull up a website on here, it just takes up like its own thing. Like it doesn't go to like a window or something like that. So I would like scroll back a few many times and like click out of this, and you can't like go back unless I'm just stupid and I don't know how to do that. Speaking of which, another thing I don't like on this phone either is the whole like a back on here, like the way you go back to stuff. I liked when you just could swipe and you just go back and you'd be just fine with that, but that's not how this works apparently. It just is what it is, I guess. I think overall just the annoyances I have with this phone are just like small annoyances, and it's not enough for me to like, you know, beg fully to switch back to iPhone like full time or whatever. But this phone is definitely good for what is like I need, like especially with like the video stuff, like someone that's going into like photography and videography in the future. This definitely like helps a lot. I definitely feel that like it's a good option for me for now, and I'm kind of glad I switched to Samsung. Will I switch back to iPhone in the future? I probably will, but that's not for like a couple years away anyways. That's really all there is for this video. This is not meant to be a professional product review or anything. This is just my honest opinions coming from an iPhone user. And if you guys are wanting to switch to a Samsung, maybe this answers your question. I don't really know. But yeah, the phone I have is the S22 Ultra. I know the S23 Ultra just came out. I don't really know if there's any differences with that compared to this one, but that's whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Are you gonna ask me or no?
Oh my God.
No, ask.
So, how do you feel about switching from Apple to Samsung? Like, what are the key differences, and like, how comfortable are you with your phone so far?
It makes me want to myself. Are you recording on that one too? All right, I'm gonna put the somewhere in the video. What? What are you looking at me like that for? Oh, I'm still recording? Okay.
Answer your question now.
Answer my question.
Hurry up.
This is the whole thing. I'm doing a whole thing. Ah, shit. I'd throw it if it wasn't gonna.
I got it, don't worry.
Post that on my spam? Yeah, I will. Don't mind me, I'm just lurking. Just waiting to hit the 8-minute mark. Here we go. Here we go. How y'all doing today? Stalling this any way I can for the next like 10 seconds or so. Okay, hit 30 seconds. I hate all of you guys. If you guys are new, like and subscribe. Bye.